Please do not do this to Anthem. Today I wanted to make a really quick video. Normally I would never put out 2 videos in a day, but this quickly became a priority when I started to see everything going on with Anthem today and everything going on with the VIP demo. Now, as most of you know, probably if you're watching this, there are a lot of problems with this demo. Let me make one thing extremely clear before we get into what. Let me make one thing very clear. EA went out of their way a couple of days ago to make something abundantly clear to us. This was a demo, not a beta, and they explained what they meant. This demo was from a build from 6 months ago with Anthem, a 6-month-old build, right? The servers had since changed, the economy in the game had since changed, the balance in the game had since changed, and glitches have been worked out in the hundreds or whatever. That's an exaggeration, but glitches have been worked out since then. That's what they came out and said, to make it very clear this wasn't a beta. Now, at the time, I wondered why they did that, and it became increasingly clear as I thought about it. The idea is get out ahead of the controversy, right? You know there's going to be problems, so say, this isn't the build of the game that's coming, don't worry about it. Here's what's interesting to me about that before we get into the problems. That does not make any sense to me at all. If you have a build of the game that is better, if you have a build of the game that works better, if you have a build of the game that presents a better picture of what this game is, it makes absolutely no sense to release a 6-month-old build that is problematic, right? There's no reality behind that. If there is a better build that exists, you put that build out. You're trying to sell a game, not get people to not buy it. So here's where we get into the issues, and I'm actually on the side of Anthem today. I know some of you are going to find that hard to believe, but I'm actually siding with BioWare on this one. So yes, the Anthem beta dropped today, and there are some big problems if you've even gotten into the beta, which we'll get to. You know, there are glitches where people's faces aren't showing up. It's just a squiggly, like John Cena type line thingy showing instead of their face. The frame rate has been atrocious, specifically in the hub world. There's a lot of frame rate issues, a lot of problems there. But the bigger issues, and where everybody seems to be wanting to tank Anthem already, is in the actual demo itself. This is a VIP demo. Most people paid to get access to this. This is where EA, not BioWare, EA messed up. They provided this VIP demo early to people that pre-ordered the game. So you pay to pre-order the game, you get early access to this VIP demo. That's fine, all well and good, great. The problem is it has not worked. By the time you're seeing this, most of these have probably been fixed, but there's still a lot of problems even as of now, and things are supposedly starting to be fixed. People try to log into the beta right when it came out, and they couldn't get in. Unsurprising, right? You would sit there for hours and hours. At the time of this recording, it has been hours since the VIP demo launched, and people still can't get in, right? Just cannot get in. And even once you do get in, most of the time once you start to matchmake, you're met with an infinite loading screen. You get a loading screen, and there's just a bar. It reaches about, I'd say, 80% of that bar, 90%, and then it just stops. And you're stuck there for minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes. Essentially, the servers are not capable of handling it. That's the first error you get. The servers are full. The problem is the error the servers are full started the minute the demo launched. And I do mean the literal minute, the actual minute it launched. And people are dragging Anthem and EA for this. If you knew that you were going to have these people in the game, why did you launch the servers this way? The servers clearly aren't capable of handling this. Why did you give out so many free codes to people? Why did you give out the friend codes? This is not a good sign. If your servers are like this, I can't imagine what it's going to be like on launch day. I agree with some of that. But here's what is very important to me and why I'm making this video. This is par for the course with pre-release games. Look, I know they called it a demo. That was a stupid decision. That was not smart. It was a way for them to get around the problems that are now happening anyways. The idea of calling it a demo was simply to say, here's a portion of the game. It's not a beta. We're not testing it to see what we need to fix. We've already fixed this stuff. It's a lot of marketing speak. Don't put any clout into the idea of it's just a demo. It's not a demo. It is a beta. Just like every other game is a beta. They're testing the servers just like a beta. There is no difference here, right? But you cannot judge Anthem based on what you're seeing here. Of course the servers aren't going to work. Of course they're not. They probably put out 90+% more of those codes than they should have. That much is obvious. The servers were never going to be capable of handling that load from the jump. No way. Not a chance. We see this with every single beta. Again, the distinction here, I know what you're going to say. It's not a beta, it's a demo, it's a beta. It is a beta, right? I can tell you this right now. When you get into Anthem, you're going to be greeted with problems. And I can tell you this too. I promise you, and I will gladly eat my words if I'm wrong, but I'm nearly certain I'm not. Especially having talked to a lot of people that spent a lot of time with the alpha. When Anthem launches in a couple of weeks, it's going to be greeted with problems there as well. Here is the thing about Anthem that should concern us right now. And really, the things that shouldn't concern us. We shouldn't be concerned with some of the technical problems we're seeing here. Do I genuinely believe this is a 6-month-old build and they have a better build now? Not really. I don't think they have a drastically better build now. Otherwise, I don't think they would show us a build quite like this. There are problems with this game. I'm going to make a fuller video about the demo in a few days, but there are problems even once you get into the game. The frame rate is a huge problem on PS4 Pro. I wish I could tell you what it was like on PC. I don't know because I can't get into it on PC. For some reason, I can get into it on PS4. That's a whole different issue. But there are problems there. There are problems with the frame rate. There are some real glitches. I mean, some real glitches. The face thing is just one of them. I've seen entire screens start to tear. I have seen literal, the drop through the floor thing, except nothing's dropping through the floor. It's just stuck there. And this is just in the first couple of hours. But none of these things should really concern us. And here is why. We have to begin to accept that when a game is shown before release, it's being shown before release. I know it's just 2 weeks out, right? But there is a small chance, and it is small, but there is a small chance that there's a better build out there, and we can't jump to conclusions regardless. And I know some of you are saying, well, it's easy to jump to conclusions with games like these where we know it's EA and we know it's this and we know it's that, but we have to have the mildest amount of faith in BioWare. Look, I know that EA is the publisher, but I really genuinely believe that BioWare having any semblance of creative control over this game is going to have a game in a state that is working, right? Now, whether or not the servers can handle it, we'll see. But what we cannot do as a community of people, really, is put a game on the chopping block for its initial showing if that's not the showing we're paying for, right? If we don't have what is considered a final release copy of a game, we shouldn't be judging it so quickly. I've seen a lot of people saying, I wish I could cancel my pre-order. I'm not going to play this game. This is going to be terrible. I don't know how EA could do this. I don't know how BioWare could do this. BioWare is dead. It's been a couple hours, guys. It's been a couple hours. Will the servers work in a couple of weeks? I don't know. Will these bugs and glitches be worked out? Probably not all of them. Let's be super honest here. Probably not all of them. But what is underneath all of this is what really matters. And I know a lot of you have started to get into the game. You're starting to get into the Forge. You're starting to see, okay, I can really genuinely build my own Iron Man. Like, I can really get in here and customize this thing in really cool ways and make my own Stark machine, essentially. I can really get in here and make this my own. I can change secondary colors and sub-secondary colors and really customize these things. It's like Destiny, but with even more control in that way. I mean, you're getting in here and you're seeing things like the aesthetic that BioWare has built here, which is gorgeous. I mean, just to put it lightly, even just hopping into that hub world for the first time, what you're greeted with is just, it's almost unbelievable that a game looks like this at this point. I mean, the lighting, the texture work, the character models, which are bordering on Uncanny Valley, but I'll get to that when I do a full write-up. But everything you're seeing is just unbelievable. And as someone privy to how this game plays, I can tell you that there's a lot to look forward to here. I'd hate to see a game judged so quickly. I've judged Anthem in the past, but for development problems, for very real issues this game had in getting made. And they are very real issues that this game had in getting made. There were huge development problems, a lot of turnover at the very, very top in this game's development. I mean, there was a lot going on here that were red flags. But underneath all of that at this point is a game that I assure you is worth intrigue. I don't know if you'll like it, I don't know if you'll enjoy it, and I don't know if you'll say this is a BioWare game, but there's a game here I just hope people get a chance to experience. When I experience the full game, will I sit there and say this is the greatest thing I've ever played? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have the full game in my hands yet. But what I do know is that I am genuinely hopeful. And I don't want to see this game essentially sent to purgatory, gaming purgatory, before we get to see whether or not that hope is misplaced. So all I implore you to do is put the beta down for a minute, or the demo, whatever we're calling it. Put it down for a minute. Wait till the server problems are fixed. There are a couple of sources you can find out if it's fixed. The actual Anthem game page is not the best place to find out if the game is running and working. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, maybe it's the next day, maybe it's in a couple hours, a lot of these problems, or at least for you, will be fixed. They have been expanding servers and slowly letting more and more people in. It does appear to be on a regional basis, given that as progress gets made, my PC and PS4 respond simultaneously to progress. So keep that in mind. But yeah, this is an impromptu video. I don't normally make videos like this, but I do want to know what you guys think about one thing here, which is the trend of these early release demos and betas. Do you think they're even good for the game? I mean, can anything be fixed, right? Can the servers even be fixed in 2 weeks to be able to handle the problems that we're seeing here with Anthem? Do you like this trend of seeing these games a couple weeks before they come out? Or would you rather see this game out in beta form 3 months ago so that there was real time to do something about it? Do you think this is a waste of time? Are you even interested in Anthem? Let me know the answer to any of those questions down in the comments below. It's up for real conversation. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're not yet a member of this team, press subscribe. I normally put out gaming analysis and examinations. I don't normally do impromptu videos like this where it's just my face for 10 minutes, but I felt this one was important. So catch some of those. Maybe you'll enjoy those. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any of those. And as always, my Twitter handle will be in the top pinned comment down below. I will be updating you guys throughout the next 2 weeks on Twitter as to my experience with Anthem, both pre-release and full release. So check that out there. I know it's weird for a lot of you that know me to see me defending Anthem in general. I've been very critical of the things that we've heard about this game, the way it's been developed, but now having more under my belt, I'm not going to say that I'm super stoked yet, because I'm not. You can't be until you know what endgame really looks like in a game like this. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, and I just want you guys to know that from my perspective, for those of you that value that. So yeah, as always, guys, if you did enjoy this video, I'm sorry. I normally don't do videos like this. I normally do very highly edited, different kinds of videos. I think one up even today. Well, I don't think I know. So you can catch that. Maybe you'll enjoy that. But if not, thank you for giving me and this channel a shot. I will keep you guys updated throughout this entire process. Please, again, if you have access to the VIP demo, give it a minute. Don't get frustrated with it. Play it tomorrow. I'm willing to bet that even by the time you're seeing this, EA has probably extended the beta, demo, whatever, at this point for a couple of hours, maybe, or even days. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. And until next time, guys, I'm out.